It's Friday, and that means it's 7:02 Unplugged.
And it is. It's 23 minutes to 3 o'clock. I know that we are headed to a crazy afternoon with load shedding, stage 2. So check your schedule. But before you get to that stress, just relax, enjoy what we're about to bring you. Sinatra and Me is a production that has rolled into town. Tickets are actually still are available. And you can go to web tickets. They are performances at the Joburg Theatre, the 21st to the 24th of March. So that's the long weekend. That's lovely. The 21st is a Thursday, in fact. And you've got the long weekend through a number of those dates to pick from for you to check it out. And then the 26th of March, there's an extra show that's added at the Atterbury Theatre in Pretoria. The original dates were sold out, so we're not even going to bother to tell you about those, only the ones that are still available. So here to tell us more about this incredible production is the man who is at the lead. He's front and center on stage. And that is Richard Sheldon. Good afternoon, Richard.
Hi there. Hi.
Sinatra and Me.
Yes.
So I know that you've toured with this production over the years. Mm-hmm. And you've been recognized for the great work that you do in your interpretation, right? Of Sinatra. Yeah. That's the right word to use. So let's get into it. Okay. How would you describe it?
Well, I played Frank Sinatra in a drama in London, on the London stage, called Rat Pack Confidential.
Yes.
And it went behind the blue eyes of Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin, Sammy Davis Jr., Peter Lawford, Joey Bishop, the 5 men of the Rat Pack. So if you like, it was a very hard-hitting drama that looked, as far as Sinatra was concerned, looked at the complicated character of the man.
Yes.
And he was somebody who was capable, for example, on one hand, in one moment of great kindness and generosity, and then on the spin of a dice, he could turn, and this terrible, vicious temper would come through. But I think all of those characteristics all together made this incredible character that influenced his music. Right. So when you hear his music, you're not just hearing this glorious voice, you're hearing honesty. I mean, for instance, when he sang Fly Me to the Moon, you were up there on the moon with him.
Yes.
Or if he sang One for My Baby, you were in the bar at 2 a.m. You know what I mean? And that was the first part of the voyage, I guess, with him.
Yeah, because that's what I was curious about. Having studied him, the work that you've done would require study of the man, his career, the songwriting, and all of that. And you've given us a lovely summary of the person that he was and how we should listen to his music, how we should listen to his music.
Yeah. I think that the thing is this, that I was talking to someone just the other day about what it was that made him so special. And I think that, you have great singers, and great singers sing songs beautifully, and they're lovely. But somehow when Sinatra sang these songs, they resonated. I think it's almost like vibrations. That why was Maria Callas such an incredible opera singer? It wasn't necessarily that she had the best voice, but there was something that happened when she sang. And I think it's the same for Frank Sinatra. When he opened his mouth and that sound came out, I mean, the sound was glorious.
Yes.
But there was something else. There was something, that dangerous character, that could be all of those things: charming, seductive, dangerous. All of those things somehow came through in his music, and I think it influences people's moods. I think you're transported when you hear him sing.
Wow! So before that particular production. Were you aware of him? Did you love his music? Because yes, doing that production is one thing, but your own sense of the man and his music before that.
Yeah. Well, funnily enough, the story is this, that there have been many strange synchronicities that have followed my life and his, more especially in the last few years since I've lived in America. I live in LA just now. But before that, it all began when I was about 6 years old, and I was flicking through a magazine and I saw a photograph of a man called Frank Sinatra as a boy, about my age. Yeah. And I said to my mother, Mummy, who is this man, Frank Sinatra? Yeah, he looks like me. And she said, Oh my God, it does. It really does. So even from a kid, I was aware of this.
You were planting these seeds all over the universe.
There you go.
Breadcrumbs that now, here you are,
You see,
Sinatra and me.
You've summed it up beautifully. There's a lot in that.
Yes.
It got to when I was about 14, and my father bought the cassette of My Way, Frank Sinatra's My Way. And my dad was an amateur drummer. Anyway, snatched up a drumstick. And I sang along to the whole album. And even at 14, my voice just fit. And I understood the lyrics of whether it was, I don't know. And here's to you, Mrs. Robinson, heaven holds a... It just completely fit.
Yeah.
Or, didn't we almost make it? That sort of lament. Mm-hmm. Even at 14, I was on the journey, and the rest just followed.
Right, you're drawn to it. So, impersonator versus interpreter. I just want our audience to have the right kind of expectation for the show. What is the difference?
Well, it's a big difference. So, all I can do, the way I approach Frank Sinatra, it's I guess like any actor, I approach him as an actor.
Yes.
I have to let go of me. I have to remove my ego, myself, in order then to let the character occupy me. So it's coming from within me. It comes from the inside out.
Right.
So I'm feeling all the emotions. I'm feeling and expressing and portraying, evoking, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
What it might have been like to be in the presence of that man. And I've been fortunate to be multi-nominated for the work. And so I know somewhere along the line it's working somewhere. But I think with impersonation and mimicry, that's something that happens when you layer it from the outside. So you're getting... I mean, I don't think I can mimic him terribly well, to be honest. But I can bring him to life.
Right.
So people are beguiled into actually thinking, wow, I've just spent an hour with Frank Sinatra. And it's that they'll get from the show.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that description, and it helps us understand the process as well.
Yeah.
Right. So let's take a break, right, Abel? And this gives you a chance as well, if you've just been listening, to also jump onto your Facebook page to see the performance and listen at the same time, of course. But the dates for Sinatra and Me, what a lovely title, especially coming out of that understanding of what interpreting is all about. Joburg Theatre, the 21st to the 24th of March, and then the 26th of March, the show goes to the Atterbury Theatre in Pretoria. They're available at Web Tickets and iTickets.
702 Unplugged. Don't miss a beat.
She gets hungry for dinner at 8. She loves the theater and never comes late. She'd never bother with a bum she may hate. And that's why the lady is a tramp. She doesn't like dice games with barons and earls, or won't drive to Harlem dressed up in ermine and pearls, will not dish the dirt with the rest of the girls. And that's why the lady is a tramp. But she loves the free, cool, knockdown wind in her hair, life without a care. She's broke, but it's so loathes California. It's so cold and so damp, and that's why the lady is a tramp. Man, she gets too hungry to sit around for dinner at 8. She adores the theater and never swings late. She'd never bother with a bum that she might hate. And that is why the lady is a tramp. She does not dig dice games with barons and earls, will not drive down to Harlem in ermine and pearls, won't dish the dirt with the rest of the girls. And that's why the lady is a tramp. But she loves the free, cool, wild, knockdown, wind in her hair, life without a care. She's broke, but it's so loathes California. It's so cold and so damp. And that's why the lady, that is why the lady, and that's why lady is a tramp.
$702 Unplugged.
So I face the final curtain. My friend, I'll say it clear. I'll state my case, of which I'm certain. I've lived a life that's full, traveled each and every highway, and more, much more than this, I did it my way. Regrets, I've had a few, but then again, too few to mention. I did what I had to do and saw it through without exemption. I planned each charted course, each careful step along the byway, and more, much more than this, I did it my way. Yes, there were times, I'm sure you knew, when I bit off more than I could chew. But through it all, when there was doubt, I ate it up and spit it out. I faced it all and I grew tall and did it my way. I've loved, I've laughed and cried, I've had my fill, my share of losing. And now as tears subside, I find it all so amusing to think I did all that, and may I say, not in a shy way. Oh no, 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 not me. I did it my way. For what is a man? What has he got? If not himself, then he has not to say the things he truly feels, and not the words of one who kneels. The record shows I took the blows and did it my way. My way.
Wow. Wow. Whew. And on to our final song.
Welcome to 702 Unplugged.
Here he comes. There we go. Fly me to the moon. Let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like in Joburg or on Mars. In other words, hold my hand. Do-do-do-do-do-do. In other words, baby, kiss me. Fill my heart with song and let me sing forevermore, because you are all I long for, all I worship, love, and adore. In other words, please be true. And in other words, I love you. Come on and fill my heart with song. Let me sing forevermore, because you are all I long for, all I worship and I adore. In other words, please be true. And in other words, I love dooby-doo-doo you.
Oh, wow. Sure, that was just so delightful. That was beautiful. I mean, when we were speaking, I didn't... Then you just transformed.
There you go.
Then you just took your glasses off. There was a Clark Kent,
Couldn't
Peter
see a
Parker
thing.
moment there for a moment because you took your glasses off and there you were. Oh, you couldn't see a thing.
No, I mean, I need my glasses. So I
Do
need
you
contact.
wear them on stage?
No, contact lenses.
I see. No, some people choose not to see the audience.
No, I like to see them. I like to play with them.
Yes, that was really impeccable. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I should mention, actually, one thing that I'd forgotten to mention, that is a real kick, is that I own Frank Sinatra's one of his tuxedos.
Wow.
And
do you wear it?
I do. I've brought it to South Africa, so I'm wearing it during the show.
And it fits perfectly.
Fits like a glove. Fits perfectly. So there you go.
Kismet.
Yeah,
That's
kismet,
fantastic.
yeah.
That's just fantastic. I mean, when you think of the collection or his catalogue, he had an incredible catalogue.
Yes.
You know, I'm a huge Quincy Jones fan, and just the two of them coming together as well.
Fabulous.
Or you even think of the times that he worked with his idols like Cole Porter or with his friends.
Yeah.
You know, the names that you mentioned earlier on that Brad Pack. It's quite a catalogue to play with.
Wonderful. Wow, it's unbeatable. I mean, so, you know, I've worked with his musicians, his bass player, drummer and pianist, and the stories they tell are just mesmerizing.
Yes.
You know, I've recorded in his studio with his actual microphone, and that was a real thrill. That was just great.
So is this going to be a full band production?
It is.
Because obviously we have the restriction of the studio. So it's going to be like the swing times with the full
It
full
really
band.
is full band. It's
Fantastic.
going to be full big band. It's going to be just thrilling.
Yes. Oh, after that voice, compliments are coming in. Sharon, for instance, says you have a wonderful voice. MCB says, what beautiful music. So the dates that you're looking for, because the calls are coming in about where, can see the phone lines. The 21st to the 24th of March at the Joburg Theatre. Those are the dates. Get your tickets at Web Tickets. And then the 26th of March, this was the extra show that was added at the Atterbury Theatre in Pretoria. Get your tickets from iTickets. And that was the voice of Richard Sheldon, who is the performer behind Sinatra and Me, show created by him. And he is a Sinatra Interpreter.
Interpreter.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Richard.
you very much indeed.
Thank you.